Now, Nigeria is positioning itself at the center of Africa's push to turn scientific discovery into real healthcare solutions. This week, Abuja is hosting the Spark Africa Translational Research Bootcamp and Scientific Conference as the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development, or NIPRD, partners with Stanford University's globally respected Spark initiative. The focus is translational research, the often missing link between laboratory breakthroughs and treatments that actually reach patients. For years, experts say Africa's problem hasn't been ideas, but systems, weak industry linkages, limited mentorship, and poor pathways from research to the market. This conference aims to change that, equipping Nigerian scientists, policymakers, and industry players with the tools to move innovation. Backed by government reforms and NIPRD's growing role in vaccine research and local pharmaceutical development, can this moment help Nigeria shift from importing solutions to exporting clinical and pharmaceutical innovation? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the Director General of NIPRD, the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development, Dr. Obi Adigwe, and the Co-Director of Spark at Stanford University, Professor Kevin Grimes, who's also Vice President of Spark Global USA. Thank you very much indeed to both of you for coming in.
Thanks for coming.
Let me start with you, Dr. Adigwe. Nigeria produces strong research papers, but very few market-ready products. What specifically is broken in that pipeline? Is it skills? Is it funding? Is it policy? Or is it political will?
Well, it's not only a Nigerian problem.
Well, we're talking about Nigeria,
yes, but translational research is a relatively new paradigm. Science and research started as basic science, and a century ago, 2 centuries ago, our forebears who had inventions, who brought science to the fore, because they were new and they were impacting society right on the spot. It was easy to get discoveries and innovations that were ready for the world and to impact their societies. But we now had a transition to where you now have universities training scientists, and a lot of these universities are tooled more for basic science and basic research. And then, that disconnect began to emerge. And in Nigeria, we have about 250, 300 universities. And when you have that kind of system and you have a society where you need to make your human capital ready to address the problems that are within your system, then you bring in translational research. And under the current administration, as you're aware, there's a big move towards prioritizing science and research. So translational research comes in as the engine room for us to get that done.
Okay.
And our colleagues at Stanford, SPAC at Stanford, are part of that machinery that we're using to bridge that gap.